Okay, I'm gonna forewarn you guys, I'm not using very good audio equipment, so there's gonna be a lot of weird sounding stuff in the audio. I already recorded all of it. I'm really tired, I'm not feeling good. I really don't want to re-record all of that, and I'm trying to get this out as fast as I can. I'm sorry that there's a bunch of, weird static kind of sounding stuff every once in a while in some of the audio. Oh gosh. So I'm really sorry about that, guys. Just bear with me. I'm trying to find a way to get better audio equipment. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. I just finished watching the 3 latest episodes of Steven Universe. Which oh gosh, I'm so frazzled from these episodes. I can't even remember the name of the episodes. So the episode names were The Trial, Off Color, and Rise's Head, in that order. So we have a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about with these 3 episodes, but for now I'm going to start off with oh gosh, I'm so frazzled, guys. These episodes, they just, wow, the Crooniverse, man, have just really, wow. Okay, so this episode is going to be on who I think shattered Pink Diamond. And so we have a lot to cover on this episode, so let's get started. Okay, guys, so the first person I want to talk about here is Blue Diamond. So we all can tell by these past episodes that Blue Diamond misses Pink Diamond so much. We can tell that she has a lot of remorse and just really wanting Pink Diamond back, wishing she wasn't dead. And I think it's clear at this point that all the diamonds are very close together. They've obviously worked together probably since the beginning of Homeworld and Gemkind itself. So it seems like they're all sisters. Yellow Diamond has been comforting Blue Diamond. Blue Diamond is upset over Pink Diamond. And so it's very clear they're all close together, and they could possibly be related, them all being diamonds. I'm not sure how that would work with them being gems. Who knows? But I want to talk about her remorse and how she's grieving over Pink Diamond. So we all can tell that she wants Pink Diamond back, that she wishes she wasn't dead, but what if that remorse goes a level deeper? What if the remorse isn't just over wanting Pink Diamond back? What if it's over guilt of shattering Pink Diamond in the first place and regretting it? Now, I find this theory very unlikely, just for the reasons I've mentioned. She really does miss Pink Diamond. Who knows what could have happened? But with every sort of mystery murder case, there has to be motive. There has to be motive to pin someone. Even in real life cases, there has to be motive to be able to go and make an arrest and prove that they were the person that is guilty of the crime. And so what motive would Blue Diamond possibly have against Pink? Well, I really don't know. It's very clear that Blue Diamond was against the rebellion, when she had all her guards fighting against Rose and Pearl when they attacked the Sky Dome. I think it was in Sky Dome in The Answer, I believe it's called. If I'm wrong, I haven't seen that episode in a while, so I probably don't remember it. But it's very clear that she has nothing to do with the rebellion. She has hate for those who are believed to lead up to her death. Very eager to find out and get someone accused and just get someone locked up and get someone proved that they committed the murder of Pink Diamond, which wouldn't make sense if she killed Pink Diamond herself. Why would she be so intent on getting Rose Quartz, or aka Steven in the trial, to carefully detail out how she committed the crime. If Blue is the one that committed it herself, wouldn't she be trying to cover it up in some way? I don't know. If she didn't want to cover it up, why wouldn't she just tell everybody? Or even like to Yellow or White Diamond, because once again, they're obviously very close and they might keep the secret. So I find it unlikely, but we don't want to rule her out just yet, because who knows, that may very well be who shattered Pink Diamond. And next up, we have Yellow Diamond. So in the trial, it's very obvious that Yellow Diamond has something to hide. It's very obvious that she's extremely eager to hurry and get Rose Quartz accused and shattered and have it done and over with. It's very obvious that she has something to hide. We can all tell she has something to hide. She wants this over and done with. We can very easily tell, but once again, we can see that Yellow Diamond is emotional over Pink Diamond's death just as much as Blue Diamond is, but she buries it and replaces it with anger. That's why she goes and starts attacking, what was her name, Zycron? I honestly thought she was Moonstone, and then she said something about Zycron. I'm not sure, but she was Steven's attorney, lawyer, whatever. So she starts destroying things, and she even cuts a diamond out of the wall when Steven and Lars escape through Blue Diamond's palanquin. So it's very obvious that she has anger over this. Whether she's angry with herself for shattering Pink Diamond, or whether she's angry at the person who did it, whether she's just really, really, really convinced that Rose Quartz did it, because that's what everyone thinks. And then also maybe she just wants this out of the way so Blue Diamond can move on. It's very clear that she wanted oh gosh, what was I saying? I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so frazzled, and it's like 12 o'clock at night. Okay, so it's very clear that Yellow Diamond wants Blue Diamond to move on from her death. Blue Diamond has been grieving over this for thousands and thousands of years. She's keeping all of the rebels just because of what happened to Pink Diamond. She's still taking care of Pink Diamond's human zoo because she wants Pink Diamond to be there. She wants to keep everything that was of Pink Diamond's. And so Yellow Diamond really wants her to move on. Her mission to send Zycron and Topaz out to get more humans was obviously a fail. They only got one of the humans that was on the list, but they returned with the alleged Rose Quartz. But in the end it failed because Rose Quartz escaped. So in the end it was a fail. The fail to get more humans for the human zoo was a fail to try and get Blue Diamond to move on. It was a fail to get Rose Quartz accused and shattered right away so Blue Diamond could move on. It was all a fail. And so that might be why she was just trying to rush and hurry and get Rose Quartz shattered. That may be why. But like I said, every villain needs a motive. And I am finding a lack of motive with Yellow Diamond. They were obviously on the same side. They were probably close. So why would Yellow Diamond want to shatter Pink Diamond, especially since Pink Diamond was the one overseeing the whole Earth project, growing gems out of Earth's grounds and then planting the cluster. She was so eager to have the cluster blow up Earth and get her weapon from it. There's no reason for Yellow Diamond to have any possible... There's no motive there. So I also find that unlikely. Now, another point here is it's very clear that the Crooniverse wants us to look at Yellow Diamond. They've made her acting very suspicious. They want us to look at her and think, oh, she did it. But as we know, the Crooniverse can make us think things, and then it can turn into a huge plot twist. So I've learned it by now. If the Crooniverse wants us looking at a certain person, it's not going to be that person. Most likely, it is not going to be that person. So if the Crooniverse is having us look at Yellow Diamond and wanting us to accuse her of this, she isn't responsible for it. And so I just kind of learned to do that with the Crooniverse. I could be very wrong. There are some things that just didn't end up going like that. But we'll find out sooner or later, right? And now we have White Diamond. Now, I know it's a long shot to accuse White Diamond of anything, especially since we have so little information on her. We don't know what she looks like. All we have is the mural of her that was on the moon base. We know there have been hands reaching up to White Diamond. So it's very clear that she may be the top diamond, also hinted by their gem placements. Blue and Yellow Diamond have their gems on their chest, so they may be in the middle of the diamond. They have her gem on her stomach, and it was her first colony, so she was starting out. She was the lowest one. She was probably the newest. She may have been recently harvested, but soon before she went to colonize Earth. We don't know. And so, with White Diamond's gem being on her forehead, her having the most colonies, she's probably been there the longest. I would assume Yellow Diamond would have come into the picture fairly soon, within each other, if not at the same time, and then Diamond a while after that. So, besides all of that, we really have little to no information on White Diamond. And once again, we don't have a lot of motive. We don't know how White Diamond is. We don't know if she's more angry like Yellow Diamond, if she's more on the sad and emotional side like Blue Diamond. And maybe she's just calm, collected, maybe similar to Garnet, a leader. The leader of all of Homeworld. We don't know how she is. We don't know what her relationship with Pink was. We have very little information. Though, I did think up of one little motive that may have given her reason to shatter Pink Diamond. So, I came up with this. White Diamond is probably the most wise out of all the diamonds, if she was, let's just say, the oldest one, the leader. So she could probably see what was happening. She could see what was happening with all of Blue and Yellow's colonies. She could see what was happening with her colonies. She could see what was going to happen with Earth. She could see the rebellion happening. She watched the rebellion happening, probably. And she probably had a sort of theory of her own of what would happen. She had a feeling that the rebellion would possibly take over Earth, possibly come to Homeworld, possibly lead to the end of Homeworld. And then possibly... And then we need to look at Homeworld itself. We need to look at Homeworld itself and see how the state that it's in. It looks broken. It looks desolate. It looks how Earth would look if they had succeeded in carving it out and turning it into just a farm of sorts. We can see there's huge underground passages, and it's like one giant kindergarten. And that could be like the entirety of the inside of Homeworld. Everything is just built over it, and it seems like this glorious city. And then under it is just all this desolate, dried up land that's been all used. And so, because all that land has been used and dried up, and all the minerals have been used up from it, creating gems, they had to go to other planets. That's why they're going from planet to planet and using it, and that's why there's all these colonies that eventually led to this happening to Earth. She could see, White Diamond could possibly see what was going to happen. They were going to keep doing this until there was nothing left in the universe, until Homeworld would finally fall, whether it was at their own hands or at the hands of the rebellion. So maybe in an attempt to save Homeworld, save what it was at the time, to keep this progress from happening, maybe she shattered Pink Diamond to stop it. And I don't know. That's like the only motive I could think about. I would find it hard to believe that she would go and try and murder one of her own, but if you think of it like this, if you're losing one person in comparison to your whole entire race, you'd probably go with just the one person, even if it was someone close to you. And that one person may even give themselves up for you, for that whole reason, for that whole cause. And so that's my thoughts on White Diamond possibly doing it. I honestly highly doubt it, guys. Well, I can't make a judgment yet on whether I think yes or no this person did it, because we have such little information. So that's kind of on pause until we learn about something of Homeworld, until we learn about something. Excuse me, hiccups. About White Diamond. So until we learn more, there's probably not going to be much in the ways of finding out whether White Diamond did it or not, or speculation on White Diamond doing it. So next up, I know this is going to seem far-fetched, but this might actually make more sense than blue, yellow, or White Diamond shattering Pink Diamond. So what I want to discuss next is the possibility of our very own Pearl having shattered Pink Diamond. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're all thinking I'm crazy. What makes you think Pearl, of all people, would be able to go and shatter a diamond? Let me explain a little bit. So, on a past post I saw on the internet, this was quite a while ago, but it was about this person having a theory on Pearl shattering Pink Diamond. Now I can't remember exactly what was included in that theory, the reasoning behind it. Like I said, it was a long time ago, but it makes sense because I've collected up my own reasoning for it. So, here we go. So, the first thing I'd like to point out is we can see in the answer, and just throughout the whole series that concerned, episodes that concerned Rose and Pearl together, that Pearl worshipped Rose. That Pearl loved Rose so much, and I think it's based on the way she acts, it's almost like she serves Rose as if she was Rose's Pearl. Now, I know this can't literally be the case because, as Bismuth said in the episode Bismuth, Rose quartz was just a common soldier straight out of the ground, just like an amethyst or a topaz or any other soldier gem. She was a quartz. Quartzes were basic soldiers. So it's clear she wasn't given a pearl. I think Pearl looked up to her and treated her as though she was her pearl, though, servicing her, following along in her footsteps. And that's probably because I think Pearl was the first one. Rose was, I think Rose convinced her first because about her being her own gem and doing what she wanted and not having to serve anyone else and not just having to be a mindless robot doing this and that and this and that for a diamond, just being a servant, a slave of Homeworld, that she could be her own gem, she could be what she wanted to be, she could be strong, she could fight for herself instead of just being a pretty little thing just supposed to be there for the enjoyment of others. I think because it seems like the rebellion started with just her and Pearl and Rose Quartz. It just started with them, and then it seems like Garnet got added onto it, and then so on and so on and so on until it grew into this huge rebellion that drove Homeworld off of Earth. So it's very obvious that Pearl obviously has deep feelings for Rose Quartz, obviously loved Rose Quartz and obviously wanted to follow in her footsteps and do what she wanted. So this is a factor we have to consider. Now, my theory is, well, first of all, Rose Quartz as either Moonstone or Zyklon, whichever her name was, as she proved, a Rose Quartz couldn't have gotten near Pink Diamond. There were no Rose Quartz guards protecting her or in her entourage or anything like that. There wasn't any Rose Quartz around, and like she said, it would be very hard to prove for a Rose Quartz who had been famously known as leader of the rebellion just to walk up to Pink Diamond and shatter her. So my thought is, what if Rose Quartz and Pearl created a plan where Pearl disguised herself as Pink Pearl, as Pink Diamond's Pearl, and when she was able to get close enough, shattered her. Now, there is a problem with this. Pearl would have to be disguised because she was probably known as Rose Quartz Renegade. As Garnet puts it, terrifying renegade Pearl. She is probably known by Homeworld to some extent as the Pearl that stood and fought for herself. And so she would have to disguise herself. Now, she could take on a different form. Rose Quartz could have poofed her, and she could have voluntarily took on a form of what a pearl would look like for a diamond. But the problem with that is her coloring. Now, it's very obvious Pearl is a regular pearl. She's not a blue pearl, she's not a yellow pearl, she's not a pink pearl, she's a pearl. And based on her coloring also, there's also proof of this because she has pink. She has like pink socks, a pink tutu, a blue shirt, yellow shoes. I'm just thinking of her different forms. She has those basic color schemes, which is white, pink, blue, and yellow, which ironically is all the colors of the diamonds. But those are all colors that regular pearls come in. There are real blue pearls in the world. There are yellow pearls. There are pink pearls, white pearls, and there are so many more, such as brown pearls, and I could just go on forever. So it's plain that she's a regular pearl. So it's very obvious by now that gems can't change their color scheme just with shape-shifting or poofing. In general, as we've seen before, we've seen when amethyst has repoofed, or reformed, poofed and reformed, that she could have a slightly different scheme in the sense of different placements. So like, instead of a white shirt that she always, or a black shirt that she always used to have, she has a white shirt now, but black and white are both in her color schemes. So it's very obvious that gems can't completely change their color scheme because that's the way they are. It's as if one day, instead of being ghost white as I am, I decided to become completely black or just completely tan and just change it anywhere. It's not possible. Not with any kind of chemical change, at least to my physical person. So it's very obvious that the gems can't change how they look to a drastic measure just by will. So I don't know if back then, all those thousands of years ago, if they could tell between gems by the hues, because as we've seen, they can tell off hues. Off hues are the outcasts, the ones not wanted around, the useless ones. So you can tell by the different hues that they're not supposed to be like that. So I don't know if it would be noticeable that back then that pearl wouldn't be totally every shade of pink, like rose quartz or probably pink diamond. And that would be a problem in pretending to be pink diamond's pearl. Now here's another part I want to bring up. Yes, it could be possible somehow for rose quartz to go command pearl. Not really command, but come up with a plan with her to shatter pink diamond. But what if pearl did it willingly to save rose? Now hear me out on this. Excuse me while I sneeze. Excuse me. What if pearl, oh gosh, I love this part so much. I don't know why I love this theory so much, but I just do. What if, so imagine this, it's all these years ago, these thousands of years ago, Rose has the whole plan to shatter pink diamond planned out. She has everything planned out. Pearl knows about it. Probably only a select few knew about the plan, as in case there might be spies in the rebellion. And Pearl knows about this plan, and she knows what will happen to Rose if she shatters pink diamond, and if she's caught, she knows Rose would be shattered. So she goes out on her own, she gets in close with pink diamond, and she does it herself. So rose quartz can't do it, and so rose quartz can't get the consequences for it. It's very obvious that Rose has thrown herself in danger for Rose before. Rose, she has gone and done things. She has said to Connie, you are the knight. You are supposed to. You don't matter. All that matters is her, protecting her. And so I honestly I wouldn't find it surprising if she did do this. But once again, I think it'd be hard to get in with Pink Diamond in the first place to be able to shatter her. And so those are just reasons. And then also, Pearl shatters Pink Diamond, but now Rose doesn't want the consequences to fall on Pearl. So Rose Quartz takes the blame for it. And everybody believes it because she's the rebellion leader. I don't know how that would go. I don't know exactly how that would work out. But I think it's definitely more likely than blue or yellow or white shattering pink. Don't hate me for this next one. I know this theory may have already been disproved, debunked, or something like that. I know a lot of people are against it. So don't hate me for this, but Rose Quartz and Pink Diamond. I know, but just hear me out, okay, guys? Could Rose Quartz have been Pink Diamond? I haven't done a lot of research on this theory. I don't know if it's been oh, I love my mouth. Could have been debunked, yeah, or not. But it's possible that, as far as I know, it could have been possible. She could have been Pink Diamond, and then she could have come to Earth. She could have seen the beauty, and she wouldn't want to destroy it. But how could Pink Diamond herself say to white, yellow, and blue, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do what you guys are doing to all these planets because there's life on these planets and they're being destroyed. I don't want to do this to this planet. As a diamond, how would the rest of Homeworld take that? How would the diamonds take that? Probably not well, and they may even shatter her. They may even have shattered her and tried to remake her, harvest her, or, as they've said in the show, and reused her. I don't know. She probably just didn't want to say that. So what she did was she created the alias. I can't say the word. Persona. Let's just call it, just because I can't remember the word. Rose Quartz. She could have pretended to have been a soldier that came out of the dirt and start a rebellion. We haven't so far seen any footage of Rose Quartz and Pink Diamond being in the same place. So it's possible that that may be a clue, or maybe just because we haven't seen footage of Pink Diamond period yet, let alone Pink Diamond with Rose Quartz. I don't know. But here's another factor we have to put in. As far as we know, Pink Diamond and Rose Quartz are basically the same color schemes. This could be just a coincidence. It may just be because she's a Rose Quartz, she's a Pink Diamond. They're similar colors, but we also have to factor in their gem placements are in the exact same place. They both have them in their stomachs. And yes, I know gems can have similar gem placements, but as far as we know in the show, besides blue and yellow diamond, no gems have the exact same gem placement. Not as far as we know. We've had, oh gosh, what? 6, 7, or 8 rubies now in the show, and none of them have had the same gem placements. But like I said, we had a ruby with a gem on her belly. We've had Rose Quartz. We've had Pink Diamond. So it's possible. It really is possible. I really don't really know if it is possible, if it's been debunked or not. But something I want to bring up. How could Rose Quartz just appear out of nowhere, without having a hole in a kindergarten, just appear And would anybody catch on to it, Pink Diamond not being around at the same time that Rose Quartz is there, and vice versa? At the time that Rose Quartz is supposed to be possibly someplace and not there because she has to be Pink Diamond at a time, that would probably get suspicious after a while. But her being Pink Diamond would make it easier for her Emperor to set up her own death so that she could just resume being Rose Quartz and resume being protector of the earth for all time and being not Pink Diamond anymore. And that Pink Diamond dying, her sacrificing that side of herself, sacrificing her friendship or her familyship with the other diamonds, being what drives the rest of the gems off of Earth. It would make it for Rose and Pearl to set it up, so she could say, she could set it up to where her death happened and she was there for it. Rose Quartz was there for it. And then, if you think about it, it could be possible that this whole entourage and all the guards that Pink Diamond had with her, if it was Rose Quartz, those could have all been rebels in on the same plan. They could have been in on the same plan the entire time, and that's why all the guards say, oh, it was Rose Quartz, she was killed this way, she was killed that way, it happened here, it happened there, it happened with this person, she's gone. And so they all could have been on it. It would have made it much easier and much less suspicious. But once again, it may be unlikely that she is Pink Diamond. This is my last idea on who could have killed Pink Diamond. And we're going to get a little dark here. What if Pink committed suicide? What if she killed herself? Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would Pink Diamond kill herself? What if she was friends with Rose, acquaintances with Rose, and they both saw the beauty of Earth? Maybe Pink Diamond didn't want to do this to the Earth. Maybe she wanted to stop it, and maybe she thought the only way to stop it would be to have herself killed, and then that would drive all of Homeworld gems off of Earth. I think this is a possibility, and I think because we have to think of what was brought up in the trial. How could any other gem besides one very trusted to Pink Diamond get in there? Well, who would trust Pink Diamond more than herself? Maybe she murdered herself for the protection of Earth. And now, I know it would seem unlikely because she's a diamond. As far as we know, diamonds are uncaring for other planets, other life forms. They only care for themselves and Homeworlds and their small little group of diamonds that all love each other and a little family and whatever. But we have to consider Pink Diamond's gem placement. Now, Pink Diamond's gem placement is on her stomach, and as we've seen, and as has basically been proven, is that a gem placement is based on their personality, or the gem placement affects their personality. So, as we know, Garnet, she has her gems on her hands because she's act first, think later kind of person. She punches right into the problem. Amethyst stone is on her chest or over her heart because she feels and thinks with her emotions. And then Pearl's gem is on her head because she thinks logical. She thinks before anything else, and she knows a lot. She's basically like a scholar. And so, and as we've seen by both Rose Quartz, Steven, and the Ruby with the gem on her belly, gems with their stones on their stomachs are very caring, they're very loving, they're very innocent. They can seem very innocent and actually be very cunning, but are very innocent and love life and just love things around them, are just so fascinated with new things. And this seems to be the common thread with gems with stones on their stomachs. So I would think Pink Diamond would be the same, wouldn't she? Maybe she found just as much amazement in the earth as Rose Quartz did, as Steven still does. I think it's possible. I think that would be extremely sad and a very dark theme for a kids show. But then again, this is Steven Universe, and we are getting into very dark stuff. We've had very dark stuff before, despite this originally being aimed towards a kids show, to little kids. I think it'd be an interesting twist, honestly, and I'm not saying I would like to see that. I went through a lot of suicidal problems myself, and so that's not something I don't know if I'd particularly enjoy to see in Steven Universe. We've sort of had suicidal themes in the show before. Steven thinking, oh, if I wasn't here, would you be back? When he thought everyone wanted Rose Quartz back. Or when Bismuth, she was like, do it, just shatter me, I don't want to do this anymore. And she took the breaking point and pointed it to her gem, and if it had gone off, it would have shattered her and she would have died. So it's not like this would be a new theme, but I think it would be a more direct way into the theme. So it's a possibility. I mean, it's the Crooniverse, so at this point, and especially at this point, anything could be a possibility. So we'll just have to see. Okay, so I know based on the trial, we already know that Rose didn't shatter Pink Diamond. Not in the way that we've always thought throughout the entire series, but I wanted to bring something I thought of that if Steven had thought of it, it basically would have totally 100% sealed the deal with the diamonds that Rose Quartz isn't responsible. And it's a little scene in the trial where Blue says specifically that Pink Diamond was shattered with a sword. Now, when we think of that, we would automatically think to Rose's sword, and we would automatically think, oh, that's gotta be her then. That's probably her. But we have to remember back in the episode Bismuth made the sword, and she said she made it specifically so it could have the physical form of a gem, but it could never, ever shatter through the gemstone. This basically proves that Rose Quartz 100% did not shatter Pink Diamond, because if she really was killed with a sword, it couldn't have been Rose, because Rose would have had her shield and sword. The sword that can't shatter gems, physically can't shatter gems. this brings me back to my theory about Pearl. If Pearl did it, she has been always trained to use swords, and her weapon is a spear. They could have easily misidentified it as a sword or used a sword that Bismuth created to cut through gems. Plus, we also don't know if at this point in time, well, no, I'm not gonna say that. This just basically proves that Rose did not kill. Rose did not kill Pink Diamond. Based on her whole belief in not shattering gems, not surprised. I mean, really, not surprised. That's how we always knew her. That's how she refused to take the breaking point because she didn't want to shatter gems. She didn't believe it was right. And to hear someone so deep in that belief shatter someone despite the chances of loss if she didn't, it's still hard to believe. I still find it hard to believe. I never any of it seemed right in terms of that when they first revealed that Rose Quartz somehow shattered Pink Diamond. I've always had a hard time believing it, really. I know, yeah, sure, at one point I probably did, but now it's proven she did not shatter Pink Diamond. So, yeah. Thanks for watching my video, guys. I want to hear what you guys think. Who do you think shattered Pink Diamond? Did you think up of any more reasons and proof why Rose didn't kill Pink Diamond? I want to hear your thoughts. Let's get talking about this, people. We need to get talking about this. This is such a great thing to think about, and it's a great thing to bring the community of Steven Universe together to talk about and just bring that fellowship and community in with each other and share each other's ideas. I just love it. I love this fandom. We are a fandom and we are united, and just, man, I love this. So let's get talking about it. Comment. Please share. I'm really trying to get my channel discovered at this point, so please share. And like and comment for support. Get chatting on it. And subscribe if you want to see more. I'm trying to learn how to get videos out faster, similar to how other channels do it, such as how do you say it? Slice of a taco or something? Slice of a taco? I don't know. Or Rose Universe, or the Round Table, or any of those other kind of channels. I'm trying to learn how to get it out faster as them, but in my defense, they usually have like whole teams helping them to make one video and put it out quickly. I'm just doing this by myself. I'm a newbie at this. I'm a newbie at creating videos. I'm a newbie at recording, which is why my recording always sounds so bad, is because I don't have money to go buy a bunch of expensive equipment. I really want to. So I'm trying the best I can, guys, so just try and support as much as you can. I might get a Patreon going soon just to see if anybody would want to help support the channel, at least when I get a little bit more known. Hopefully one day that'll happen. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video. Ciao!